Do you ever see a Pokémon for the first time and think to yourself, oh, that's cool. Anyway, and then you move on with your life, running into that Pokémon occasionally while not thinking about it much, when then suddenly 10 years later, when you randomly see it again, think to yourself, wait, this thing is awesome.
My body is a nightmare.
It happens to me all the time. A new Pokémon gets introduced and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Ignore it for years only to one day randomly get obsessed with it for no apparent reason. Usually that love lasts for like a few months or so, but eventually it kinda dies down. Not to the point where I don't like it anymore, but just like it's no longer S+ for me, maybe just like regular S or A tier. Anyway, this exact thing happened to me and Misdreavus, except for the fact that it never left. I'm still obsessed with this thing, and today I would like to tell you the story of how exactly this came to be. So, Misdreavus is a Pokémon from Generation 2. A generation I never played. My first game was Gen 3's Emerald, a game which does not include Misdreavus. Only its little cousin, which is of course, Shuppet. More like shut up, but... Anyway, the first time I actually laid eyes on Misdreavus was with the games which also gave it an evolution in Mismagius, Diamond and Pearl, aka the best generation. For these games, I actually owned the strategy guide before even owning the games itself. And this strategy guide said that Misdreavus was exclusive to Pearl, while Murkrow was exclusive to Diamond. Murkrow I already was aware of, despite it also not being an Emerald. I guess I must have seen it in the anime or something. And I loved this little bird, still do, even though I didn't do the best job drawing it. It's just a silly little bird with a cool beak, a funny head, a derpy face, and jumps around like a spoink in a bouncy castle. What's there not to love? I always wanted one when playing Emerald and Fire Red, but it's not available there, so now finally getting the chance to use one in this new game, I'm getting Diamond. Murkrow just kinda overshadowed Misdreavus for me, and so I never really paid any attention to her. So little attention in fact, for a while I thought it was a brand new Pokémon introduced in this generation. And I did always think that was interesting, because Pokémon has had version exclusives before, like basically always, but they never made an old Pokémon exclusive to one game in return for making a new Pokémon exclusive to the other. And I thought it was really interesting. They took Murkrow, this frankly forgettable Pokémon, and didn't just give it an evolution, but gave the new counterpart as well. Look, Mismagius even has a similar shaped head as Murkrow's. That is so interesting, I thought. It didn't end up being true because, like I said, Misdreavus is from Generation 2 just like Murkrow, but can you really blame me for not knowing that? It's not in the Kanto games obviously, it's a Gen 2 Pokémon, and I never played Gen 2, but even if I did, it's only available in the very last location of the game, and once again in Gen 3, it's unavailable. I thought it was a Gen 4 Pokémon for such a long time, just like how I thought Skarmory was from Gen 3 for similar reasons. It's from Gen 2. I don't really know when I figured it out, but that detail also honestly is not really that important. What is important, however, are the crimes Game Freak committed by not giving this little ghost girl any more love after Diamond and Pearl. Gen 5, not there, not even in the sequels. Gen 6, not there. Gen 7, there. Gen 7 did something right, first time I liked something about this game, whatever thought would see it today. And then Gen 8, not even available to transfer in. So really, up until Gen 9, Misdreavus was only available in 2 regions. It's not surprising I never really paid it much attention. However, there is one more quite important Pokémon game that did eventually include Misdreavus into it. I am of course talking about the mobile game we all know and hate, Pokémon Go. See, over the years I had actually grown to like Mismagius a lot. And I wanted one in Pokémon Go, so I caught every Misdreavus I found to farm candies, and when I finally did evolve one, I realized I kinda like the small one better. Actually, look at it, it's so cute and mischievous. Got a cute little necklace, a sweet face with eyeliner, which I like, and it got hair. I got hair too, she's just like me for real, for real. Now I really wanted to use one in an actual game, and luckily a new game was about to come out. The remake we of course all know and hate. Brilliant Diamond, and more importantly, Shining Pearl, because once again it's a version exclusive. This time though, Murkrow, you're gonna get overshadowed because now, after 14 years, I am finally getting one of these. When I started up the game, I went to Eterna Forest as fast as possible, and the one I found ended up with a terrible nature. So I got a second one, and that one ended up having the perfect nature. Yeah, I evolved there, shut up. And now, looking back at the old games, Misdreavus might not have been available in many of them, but she's still there. Sprites exist up until Generation 2. I can go back to Generation 4 and use one in those games if I'd really want to, or I might just see one in a trainer battle. It's fun to in a way get introduced to a Pokemon kinda late, and to then be able to go back and see it in older games as well. If Game Freak makes a new generation of Pokemon, that's awesome of course, but I can't go back and see them in the older games where I'd love to use them as well. You know, there are no Sprigatito on the DS, there are no Mii and Xiao on the Game Boy, and there is no War in Lumio City. But despite getting introduced to this Pokemon late, I can go back into almost every Pokemon generation and find it there. I wonder if this is how the kids growing up with Pokemon now feel. How do they see the old generations? If you are a Pokemon fan, young or old, definitely hit subscribe. Now, of course, we gotta address the... Pterosaur? What? We gotta address the Pterosaur in the room. The Scarlet exclusive Paradox form we all know and love, Flutter Mane. I actually was spoiled that Misdreavus got a new form or variant in Scarlet before the games came out, but I hadn't actually seen what it looked like yet. So I was really excited, and when playing it I was keeping an eye out and a party slot open for this new form. But I couldn't seem to find one. Not even the regular Misdreavus for some reason. I guess I didn't play at night enough? But when I finally set foot in Area 0, I was not disappointed with what I saw. Yes. 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 No. Well, whatever. And I don't care we're 99% through the game either. You're getting on the team right now. I guess it just runs in the family. It doesn't matter if we go back in time 26 years or a billion years. You guys are always only gonna be available late into the game. But one question remains. Which one do I like better? Misdreavus or Flutter Mane? Mismagius, I'm sorry, I love you as well. I'll easily put you in S tier, but compared to Misdreavus and Flutter Mane, you're definitely at the bottom. And these two, it's a difficult one, but I think I'd have to give the title of my personal favorite to Misdreavus. It's just cuter and fits my personal taste a tiny bit better. But Flutter Mane is definitely a welcome addition to the family. Sometimes people get upset when their favorite mon gets a new form that doesn't live up entirely to their expectations, but I think it's kinda beautiful. Sometimes things stay the way you know and are used to, and sometimes things change. Hey, thank you for watching this silly video about my favorite little monster. Let me know if you have any favorites in the comments down below, and feel free to tell the story of why if you have one. If you don't have a story, that's okay too. Let me know anyway, because I am curious. Anyway, thanks for watching.